Hello there, very good evening and welcome to the News Tonight, where we get you today's top stories from India and across the world. I'm Tracy Shilshi and here are the headlines. Largest contingent of pilgrim leaves for Amarnath Yatra in Jammu and Kashmir. Massive search operation underway in the valley to capture mastermind behind Monday's attack on pilgrims. Security forces meanwhile gunned down 3 terrorists near Budgam district. Five-judge Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court to hear matters relating to Aadhaar. Apex Court to also consider the aspect of right to privacy in its hearing on the 18th and 19th of July. Group of ministers approves a draft of national policy for women, free education for girls from poor families and health cards for all women proposed in the new policy. And Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Yadav Prasad Yadav rules out resignation over corruption charges, calls charges against him and his family a political vendetta by the BJP. Top story this evening, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi has attacked the centre for security lapses that led to the attack on Amarnath Yatris. In a series of tweets against the Prime Minister, Rahul Gandhi said that the BJP's short-term political gain with the PDP has cost India massively. Meanwhile, the biggest batch of pilgrims left for the shrine on Wednesday. Here are more details. A fresh batch of pilgrims left for the Amarnath Yatra on Wednesday with over 3,700 yatris and 101 vehicles, including 55 buses and 46 light motor vehicles. This is the largest batch in the annual 40-day-long Amarnath Yatra. An armed convoy escorted the pilgrims at around 4 a.m. The Yatra has remained uninterrupted despite 7 pilgrims being killed and 19 more injured in Monday's terror attack in Khanabal. Markets in Pahalgam, the traditional route to the cave shrine, observed a shutdown to protest against the terror attack.
अभी तो और ज्यादा होगी जी, अगर ऐसी वारदात करेंगे तो यात्रा बढ़ती ही जाएगी, कम नहीं होगी।
सुरक्षा बहुत बढ़िया है और बकायदा कानवा के अंदर हम लोग की गाड़ियां जा गई हैं। सुरक्षा के पुख्ता इंतजाम है, बहुत बढ़िया इंतजाम है।
और ये डायरेक्ट अटैक था जो जम्मू कश्मीर का जो भाईचारा है, जो हमारी कश्मीरियत है, जो हमारी हजारों सालों से ये जो हमारा एक अकीदा रहा है, एकजुट होके एक जबान में जिस तरह उन्होंने इस वाक़े की मजम्मत की और अपने गम और गुस्से का जो इजहार किया, मैं समझती हूँ उससे एक बार ये फिर जाहिर हो गया कि आप कितनी भी कोशिश कर लीजिए, आप कश्मीरियत को मार नहीं सकते।
A massive hunt is underway to track down Lashkar-e-Toiba commander and Pakistani national Abu Ismail, who has been named as the mastermind behind the attack on the pilgrims. Officials said that Ismail, who has been active in Kashmir for several years, moved base to South Kashmir over a year ago. On Tuesday, security forces killed 3 terrorists near Budgam. The terrorists were killed after a search operation turned into an encounter.
Opportunities to the terrorists to surrender. Not only did they refuse to surrender, they retaliated with heavy gunfire. In the ensuing gunfight, the internal areas of the house caught fire, and finally the terrorists were forced to come out firing, attempting to break the cordon. In the attempt, the people in the cordon brought on effective fire and eliminated all 3 terrorists.
Opposition Congress launched a scathing attack on the Prime Minister for security lapses, which led to the attack on Amarnath Yatris. In a series of tweets, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi said that the Prime Minister's policies have created space for terrorists in Kashmir. The centre, however, expressed satisfaction with the increased security arrangements for Amarnath Yatra.
हर वर्ष से भी अधिक यहाँ पर तैयारी है। सभी यहाँ पर लोकल पुलिस, स्टेट पुलिस और सभी फोर्सेस, जिसका ज़्यादा नेतृत्व सीआरपीएफ करती है, बीएसएफ के साथ में और भी फोर्सेस हैं। आर्मी भी इसमें काफ़ी ताकत के साथ में मदद करती है। ये सभी ने मिलकर अच्छा चौक यहाँ पे व्यवस्था अच्छी की है।
Monday's attack was the worst on the annual pilgrimage in 16 years. In 2001, 13 people were killed during a terrorist strike in Sheshnag area close to the holy cave of Amarnath. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. In other news, the Supreme Court on Wednesday said that its 5-judge Constitution bench will hear matters related to Aadhaar on the 18th and 19th of July, including the aspect of right to privacy. The CJI told the council that the hearing will have to be finished within 2 days. The apex court had earlier refused to pass an interim order against the centre's notification making Aadhaar mandatory for availing benefits of social welfare schemes. It said that no order could be passed merely on the apprehension raised by petitioners, especially when no such affected person had come before it. The centre's move to link Aadhaar with various welfare schemes has been challenged by a group of social activists who claim that Aadhaar compromised with their right to privacy as it mandated people to part with body details, including iris and biometrics. The government, however, claimed that the decision has helped it to save thousands of crores, which was earlier being eaten away by ghost beneficiaries. A day after JDU asked him to come clean, Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Prasad Yadav on Wednesday said that the corruption charges against him were part of a political conspiracy by Prime Minister Modi and BJP President Amit Shah. Tejasvi also ruled out his resignation in a cabinet meeting called by Chief Minister Nitish Kumar.
Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar and RJD Chief Lalu Prasad's son, Tejasvi Prasad Yadav, on Wednesday ruled out quitting over alleged corruption charges on him. Yadav, who attended the cabinet meeting called by the Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, termed the corruption charges against him and his family a political vendetta created by the BJP.
ये जो FIR जो हुआ है, इसमें हम यही कहना चाहते हैं कि ये पॉलिटिकली वेंडेटा के हिसाब से बीजेपी के राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र, अमित शाह और नरेंद्र मोदी जी के षड्यंत्र के हिसाब से ये केस कराया गया है.
He also accused the BJP of creating conspiracies to break the Grand Alliance in Bihar. He further added that the charges date back to 2004 when he was a mere teenager.
महागठबंधन तोड़ने के प्रयास में रहे हैं, हमें बदनाम करने के प्रयास में रहे. जब हमारे पास सत्ता आई, पावर आई, मंत्रालय आया, तब हमने कोई गलत काम नहीं किया और 13-14 साल के उम्र का बच्चा वो राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र करके घोटाला करेगा.
While the RJD has rejected the possibility of Tejasvi quitting, JDU has asked him to put his defense out in the public domain.
हमारी पार्टी की साफ समझ है कि सीबीआई का केस हुआ है, बिंदुवार आरोप लगे हैं, बिंदुवार उसका जवाब जनता की अपेक्षा है. अपराध और भ्रष्टाचार में जो हमारी पूर्व की नीति है, उस नीति से न हिलेंगे न डिगेंगे.
Meanwhile, the BJP says giving more time to Tejasvi won't work and that the JDU should just sack him.
अपील करूंगा जेडीयू के नेताओं से, जब आपकी कार्यकारिणी ने एक प्रस्ताव पारित कर दिया है और आपने अल्टीमेटम दे दिया है, तो एक समय सीमा निर्धारित कीजिए, 24 घंटा, 48 घंटा, 72 घंटा. लेकिन जब वो इनकार कर दिया तो टाइमलाइन का भी कोई मतलब नहीं है. अब तो इनको तय करना कि कितने घंटे में वो बर्खास्त करेंगे.
On Tuesday, the JDU had asked the RJD to make its stand clear on the corruption charges against Tejasvi Yadav. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
A group of ministers headed by External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj approved a draft national policy for women. The new policy proposes free education for girls from poor families and a health card for all women. It also suggests that women under trials who complete 1/3 of their jail term and are accused of non-heinous crimes should get bail. Meanwhile, RBI Governor Urjit Patel appeared before the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance earlier today and said that the deposited demonetized notes are still being counted. Reports claim Patel gave this information when a panel member specifically asked him to give details about the value of the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes, which were allowed to be exchanged till the 30th of December. Patel said that the total money in circulation in the country now was 15.4 lakh crore rupees, as against 17.7 lakh crores at the time of demonetization in November last year. Reports also claim that the panel demanded the names of 12 industrialists whose outstanding loans amounted to 25% of the non-performing assets in the banking system. However, Patel insisted that naming defaulters was not allowed under the Banking Regulation Act. This was the second time that Urjit Patel was questioned by the Standing Committee, earlier being in January. He had sought 2 exemptions from attending the meetings. The panel is headed by Congress MP Veerappa Moily. Gopalkrishna Gandhi, the opposition's pick for vice president, on Wednesday said that he applauded the unity and conviction with which the 18 parties asked him to be their candidate. The former West Bengal governor and grandson of Mahatma Gandhi said that he accepted the nomination with all seriousness. He added that despite the current scenario of violence in the country, he trusted the good sense of people of India and the Constitution. Gandhi was the only name discussed when 18 opposition parties met on Tuesday to decide their candidate for the vice presidential polls. His name had earlier done the rounds as a probable candidate for president, but the opposition chose former Speaker Meera instead to contest against NDA's nominee Ram Nath Kovind.
I am an independent person. I am an independent citizen. I would say a very ordinary citizen. I see myself as a citizen candidate who is worried about the future of our country as a collective entity in this critical time, but who also has faith in the institutions of democracy.
The index of industrial production for the month of May this year stood at 1.7% compared to 2.7% in the month of March 2017. According to latest data released, drop in the IIP or factory output for the month of May is due to the dip in the mining sector and little growth in manufacturing activities. Last year, IIP rose by 2.79% in April and 8% in May. Meanwhile, separate data revealed that consumer price inflation eased to 1.54% in June from 2.18% in May. With that, let's take it through some more updates from across the country in Nationwide. The CBI conducted raids at 23 locations in West Bengal and Jharkhand in connection with a graft case involving Principal Commissioner of Income Tax Taposh Kumar Datta. He is accused of taking illegal gratification and favouring private companies engaged in Hawala transactions. An ISIS suspect, Shahjahan Velluva, who was deported from Turkey twice, was arrested by the Delhi Police Special Cell with a fake passport at IGI Airport. Velluva, who belongs to Kannur in Kerala, was earlier deported from Turkey in February for allegedly carrying out terrorist activities. A museum dedicated to former President APJ Abdul Kalam will be opened in Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala on Thursday. The museum has a title, Dr. Kalam Smriti International Science and Space Museum. It will include rare photographs and miniature models of rockets, satellites and famous quotes of the late former president. Dr. K. Radhakrishnan, former ISRO chairman, is expected to inaugurate the museum. Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh sought Prime Minister Narendra Modi's support for encouraging industrial development in the state. He said Punjab will need 3,240 crore rupees for debt servicing every year for the next 20 years. He also requested help to resolve the agrarian crisis in Punjab. The Delhi High Court sought to know the stand of the centre on BJP leader Subramanian Swamy's petition for a court-monitored probe by the CBI-led SIT into the death of Congress MP Shashi Tharoor's wife Sunanda Pushkar. Swamy had alleged that an inordinate delay has been caused in the investigation. The court fixed the matter for hearing on the 20th of July. A quick break here. Up next, we'll be getting you the top international stories. Stay with us.
The Dalit leaders are regrouping themselves, the communities are reorganizing themselves. Are we seeing a new brand of Dalit politics?
What is today seen is a healthy sign, and it augurs well for the community as a whole.
Does the country need a politics of identity, or does it need a politics of ideology?
Congress party always emphasized politics of ideology.
Presidential election 2017. There's a criticism which is coming that it's a highly casteist narrative which is playing out at the highest office of the country.
I don't think that these two people are fighting on the caste card.
Watch To The Point with chairperson of the SC cell of AICC, K. Raju, only on Rajya Sabha television.
आजादी की जंग लड़ने वाले मेरे दोस्तों, आजादी चाहिए तो उसकी कीमत खून दे के चुकानी होगी। तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा।
आईएनए के बागी फौजियों पर अंग्रेज देशद्रोह का मुकदमा चलाएंगे।
उन तीनों के बचने के चांसेस कम हैं।
This trial and its judgment will be remembered throughout history.
Welcome back. Let's get to international news now. In fact, China has said that the military face-off between its army and the Indian army is different from earlier border incidents. The Chinese Foreign Ministry has said that it played down Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar's remark that the standoff can be tackled since the two countries have faced similar situations in the past. China said that the standoff can be resolved if India withdraws its troops from the Dokla region. China has reiterated its hardline stance, saying that the situation in Sikkim is different from the undefined boundary in the eastern, middle and western sectors. China has also cited the 1890 treaty between British India and China's Qing dynasty on demarcating the borders between Tibet and Sikkim. Both sides have deployed more troops in the region due to the standoff.
西金段边界的由来具有特殊的历史背景，它是目前中印间唯一一段已经划定的边界，完全不同于从未正式划定的东中西段边界。1890年中英会议藏印条约正式划定了该段边界。 中印两国政府均承认条约的有效性。该条约无论对中国还是印度都是有效的，具有法律的约束力。我们这里要再次要求印方立即无条件地将越界的边防部队撤回到边界线印方一侧，尽快地妥善解决此次事件。
Turkey has sent nearly 200 cargo planes to Qatar since the dispute between the Gulf nations began last month. 197 cargo planes, 16 trucks and 1 ship have been sent so far as Doha's sea and land trade continues without disruptions despite the sanctions. Ankara has backed Qatar after Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain cut all economic and diplomatic ties with it. The Gulf nations accuse Doha of supporting terrorism, a charge it denies.
Bundan sonra da gerek Katar'ın günlük ihtiyaçları, gerekse uzun vadedeki tüm ihtiyaçlarının giderilmesiyle ilgili Türkiye olarak biz öncelikli olarak kardeşlik duygularıyla tabii ki bunun da
طبعا حركة التبادل التجاري الآن مع دول العالم أو حقيقة في أول ساعات من بدء هذا الحصار تم العمل على تفعيل.
Meanwhile, the United States and Qatar signed an agreement on Tuesday aimed at combating the financing of terrorism. The deal comes as U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson visited Doha to try to end a month-long rift between Western allied Arab states. The deal is aimed to intensify Qatar's counter-terrorism efforts, a central issue in the spat pitting the besieged Gulf nation against 4 other American allies lined up against it. Tillerson outlined the agreement at the end of his first visit to Qatar and comes in the backdrop of its neighbors moving to isolate the country. Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates and Egypt imposed sanctions on Qatar last month, accusing it of financing extremist groups and allying with the Gulf Arab states' arch foe Iran, allegations that Doha of course denies. Tillerson said that the deal has been in the works for a while and included some steps that have already been taken.
جانب هذه الحملة هذه التسريبات من حملة إعلامية حول عدم التزام دولة قطر باتفاق الرياض، فهذه كلها مغالطات. دولة قطر التزمت بكافة بنود هذا الاتفاق، وكانت هناك محاضر تشهد
The memorandum lays out a series of steps the two countries will take over the coming months and years to interrupt and disable terror financing flows and intensify counterterrorism activities globally. Together, the United States and Qatar will do more to track down funding sources, will do more to collaborate and share information, and will do more to keep the region and our homeland safe.
U.S. President Donald Trump's eldest son has released an email chain showing he was keen to accept information on Hillary Clinton from a Russian national. In the email exchange, Goldstone, who set up the meeting, told Trump Jr. that Russian government officials could provide incriminating information about his father's Democratic rival, Hillary Clinton. The emails, which Trump Jr. released on Twitter, showed him welcome the information and accepting a meeting with Russian attorney Natalia Veselnitskaya. Donald Trump's eldest son released his emails on Tuesday in an effort to be totally transparent. The meeting took place on the 9th of June 2016 after an email exchange with an intermediary. After the release of emails, President Donald Trump called his eldest son a high-quality person and applauded his transparency. Since he was elected, President Trump has been dogged by allegations that Russia tried to sabotage Clinton's campaign. He has denied any knowledge of this, and Russia has also repeatedly denied interfering.
In retrospect, I probably would have done things a little differently. Again, this is before the Russia mania. This is before they were building it up in the press. For me, this was opposition research. They had something, maybe concrete evidence to all the stories I'd been hearing about, but they were probably underreported for, years, not just during the campaign. So I think I wanted to hear it out. But really, it went nowhere, and it was apparent that that wasn't what the meeting was actually about.
I have a quick statement that I'll read from the president. My son is a high-quality person, and I applaud his transparency. And beyond that, I'm going to have to refer everything on this matter to John Jr.'s counsel and outside counsel, and won't have anything else to add beyond that today.
And here are more international news updates in Global Buzz. The Indonesian police on Wednesday notified Interpol about an Australian and a Malaysian prisoner who escaped from a Bali prison on the 18th of June. 4 prisoners had escaped from the prison through a tunnel under the walls. 2 were caught recently. Chinese authorities detained 35 Japanese nationals in the southeastern province of Fujian for alleged telecom fraud. This is the largest roundup of Japanese citizens engaged in suspected illegal activity in China in years. Six people were hurt in Pamplona's San Fermin Festival of Spain. The competition saw the participation of around 2,000 people. There has been no fatalities, though. The hospital treating China's Nobel laureate Li Xiaobo said that he was suffering from organ failure. The 61-year-old democracy advocate was transferred from prison due to an advanced stage of liver cancer. The Chinese government reportedly denied all international appeals to let Liu seek treatment abroad. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe on Wednesday visited southern regions devastated by the heavy seasonal rains last week. At least 25 people were killed and the toll is expected to rise. More than 20 people are still missing. And finally, in Wimbledon, Wednesday saw the biggest upset of the tournament, and with defending champion Andy Murray being ousted from the tournament. A hobbling Andy Murray was beaten 3-6, 6-4, 6-7, 6-1, 6-1 by American Sam Querrey in the quarterfinals. The 30-year-old world number 1 led by 2-1, but his injury was clearly troubling him in the 4th set. Querrey broke early in the 5th set, and despite the centre court crowd getting behind the home favourite, there was no way back for the Briton. Querrey, who knocked out then defending champion Novak Djokovic last year, is the first American man to reach a Grand Slam semi-final since Andy Roddick at Wimbledon in 2009. That's all we have for you in the news tonight. Thanks for joining us.